In previous class we have discussed about electrostatic force and its property. Now we will discuss about what are the relation between electrostatic force and gravitational force. Let's see first relation between electrostatic force and gravitational force between electron and proton. Suppose we have two charge body. One is electron and other is proton. Suppose the mass of electron, it is 9.1 into 10 power minus 31 kg, and charge in electron, it is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. Similarly, mass of proton, as you know, 1.67 into 10 power minus 27 kg, and charge in a proton, that will remain same, equal to electron, that is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. So electrostatic force between them become 9 into 10 power 9, it is proportionality constant. Charge in electron into charge in a proton by r square. Similarly, gravitational force between them, as you know, capital G m1 m2 by r square. So this is the value of capital G, universal gravitational constant, 6.67 into 10 power minus 11. Mass of electron into mass of proton by r square. Putting this value, and if we take the ratio of these two, so Fe means electrostatic force by gravitational force, it is equal to, after calculation you will get 2.27 into 10 to the power minus 39 kg. 2.27 into 10 to the power 39. It means electrostatic force is nearly equal to 10 to the power 40 times than that of gravitational force. Similarly, if we compare the relation between electrostatic force and gravitational force between two electrons, then we will get its value is 1.32 into 10 to the power 36. Similarly, between proton and proton, it is 1.24 into 10 power 36. Suppose if we have two charge body having same mass, suppose it is capital M, having same charge, suppose it is Q, and electrostatic force and gravitational force between them are also equal, and they are kept in air r by Q. Then gravitational force is equal to electrostatic force. So here r square and r square get cancelled, become gm square is equal to kq square, because mass are same and charge are also same. Suppose it is m and q respectively. So you will get q square by m square is equal to g by k. And if we take the square root q by m, you will get under root g by k. And after calculation you will get 8.86 into 10 power minus 11 coulomb per kg. It means it is the ratio of charge and mass. In the property of electrostatic force, we have seen it follow Newton's third law of motion. Means action is equal to reaction. So let's see. Suppose we have two charge Q1 and Q2. They are kept at point A and B. Suppose in air R by Q. We can take any medium also. So force applied by Q1 on Q2, it is FAB, is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by AB square into AB cap. It is unit vector of vector AB. Similarly, force applied by B on A, it is FBA is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by BA square, that into BA cap. BA cap represents its unit vector. So since magnitude of AB and BA are same, but BA cap is equal to minus AB cap. Clear? Because the direction gets reversed here. So therefore, from second equation, FBA is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by AB square into minus AB cap. So if we compare first and third, we will get FAB, vector FAB is equal to minus vector FBA. It means Coulombian force follow Newton's third law of motion, that is action is equal to reaction. Now come to the next point, it is electric field. Electric field is the space around a given charge up to which its existence can experience. That space is called electric field. Suppose if we have a charge Q, it is kept at point A, and this is the space around it up to which the presence of charge Q can experience, then this field is called electric field. Okay, now let's see what is the electric field intensity. So suppose it is electric field, and what are the intensity at point P? For this purpose, we take a test charge, or you can say unit positive charge, kept it at this point P, and distance between them suppose R. Then this charge will experience an electric force. Then that electric force in per unit charge is called EFI at that point, electric field at that point. It is vector quantity, and the direction of electric field is along the direction of electric force. The in CGS system, its unit is dyne per ESU, electrostatic unit, or dyne per stat coulomb. Stat coulomb is the CGS unit of charge, and in SI system it is Newton per coulomb. As you know, Newton is the unit of force and coulomb is the SI unit of charge. So what are the relation between CGS and SI unit of EFI, electric field intensity? So 1 Newton per coulomb is equal to 10 to the power 5 dyne, as you know it is relation between Newton and dyne, and 1 coulomb is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 9 ESU. It is relation between CGS and SI unit of charge. And when we simplify, then you will get 1 upon 3 into 10 power 4 dyne per ESU. It means it is the relation between CGS and SI unit of EFI. This 1 Newton per coulomb is equal to 1 upon 3 into 10 power 4 dyne per ESU. It means 1 SI unit of EFI is equal to 1 upon 3 into 10 to the power 4 CGS unit. CGS unit. So it is a relation between CGS and SI unit of EFI. So here E is equal to F upon Q. Q marking, right? So what is the dimension of EFI? Dimension of force, as you know, ml t minus 2. Charge is equal to current into time. Current and time both are fundamental. Current denoted by A and time by T. So its dimension become m1 L1 T minus 3 A minus 1. What are the fundamental unit of EFI? See here, in SI, mass, kg, length, meter, time, second cube, ampere, current, ampere. This is the fundamental SI unit of EFI. Okay, now let's see. Here, EFI is proportional to F, and F, as you know, proportional to Q1 Q2 by R square. It means electric field intensity is proportional to charge. It means if the magnitude of given charge is more, then produce electric field that will be more. It is inversely proportional to square of distance. It means as we move away from the given charge, EFI decreases. And also, as you know, F is inversely proportional to dielectric constant of the medium. It means EFI is also inversely proportional to dielectric constant. So these are the relation between EFI and charge, EFI and distance, EFI and charge of the medium. Okay, so that's it. About next topic we will discuss in next lecture. Till then, thank you.